Alright, so time for another update. We've been traveling around Oregon and having a blast, and it's about time to leave Oregon, and I'm not so happy about that. I really love Oregon, but we're going to press on, go across Oregon and head over to Montana, and we'll go from there. And as we're going along the way, we'll be making some videos of the things that we do and the places that we see. And anything else?
Yeah, it's been a great summer here. It's been really mild and nice, not like last year when we had so many 90 and above days. This was a really pleasant summer.
Mild, and had fun at the up and down the Oregon coast and inland, up in the mountains and the forests. Went to a lot of waterfalls, did a lot of great things, had some really good times here. But it's time to move on, and we're going to head across Oregon and into Idaho and up to Montana. And we hope to produce some fun videos along the way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as you can imagine, there's a lot that goes into getting ready to take off on a trip like this. So that's what we've been up to. First thing we did was kind of go through all the storage. We have a very small storage unit here in Oregon, so we weeded out anything that we didn't really need to take with us. Went through our closets. I've lost a little bit of weight in the last several months.
Tell them how much.
42 pounds.
So far. Awesome.
And so I had a lot of clothes that didn't fit, and there's just no room to carry things that don't fit, so we packed them all up and donated a lot of things. And
yeah, the storage is very small, but there's some things that we just don't need to take through the winter, and some things that we don't need to take through the summer. And a lot of times we'll just carry those things with us. It just depends on if it's convenient or not to access the storage. And again, it is a very small storage. So
smallest one they sell.
Smallest one, and there's things in there that we just wanted to keep when we pared down after moving out of a house about a year and a half ago. And some of that stuff we're even weeding out of there. So it's kind of a process, you know. It's been going on for some time, but it's definitely nice to have a little place that we can offload some of the things out of the RV that we don't need to take with us on a certain trip.
For sure. And we had a lot of work to do on the RV as well. I
had to get up on the roof because we'd been parked under a lot of fir trees for quite some time, so there's a lot of fir needles and sap. So I got up there and basically cleaned that and hosed it down really good, and cleaned some of the exterior of the RV as good as I could for now. I plan on doing a better job later. And let's see what else. I had a clearance light that went out some time ago. The light bulb was actually okay, but the clearance lens on it, the amber lens, was broke, so I have a replacement lens for that. So that's one of the projects. And what was some of the other stuff?
Lube the slides.
Lube the slides to get those. I pretty much lube them every time we move almost now. I just try to keep the slides nice and lubed. Anything else, the steps, hinges, all kinds of things.
Doors.
Just the doors. And what else did we do?
Always check tire pressure before we move anywhere. Got
the tire pressure done, so pretty much just been going around and making sure everything's ship shape to shove off. Fill
the propane tanks. When we travel, we tend to boondock, so we want to make sure that we're full on propane. Since we have a diesel truck, we always carry some extra DEF with us. If you're out in the middle of nowhere where you can't get any, that could be a real problem if you run out of that. So.
Yeah, we will typically fill the DEF up, for those that don't know, with the diesel truck, a newer diesel truck I should say. That's a diesel emission fluid, and it's required that you put this into a separate tank. I think it holds something like 5 gallons, and I'll generally fill that up, and it lasts thousands of miles. I think it lasts a pretty good time. But if the diesel emission fluid runs out on a trip, if I'm not mistaken, the vehicle won't go over 5 miles an hour, which is not good.
No.
So we fill it up, and we'll keep a spare gallon at least with us. It's lightweight and compact, so we'll just put a gallon of that aside. And there were also some things that we did with the truck. It was very dirty, and it's a black truck and it shows it very well, so went ahead and washed that and detailed it as best as we could. And there were a couple maintenance issues. We had to do the normal oil change that we like to do by the book, essentially, and anytime we think it might need it otherwise before that. And let's see what else. Changed the fuel filter. The fuel filter had been squabbling, going down the percentages on the display on the dash, saying there's 5% left, and it finally went off and said it's time to change. I typically would want to do that before it gets to that point, but it's just the way it happened this time. So anyway, got that changed just in time. And what was some of the other things we did?
Replace the air filter.
Replace the air filter.
The tires.
Tire pressure is an ongoing thing. We like to carry an air compressor with us so that we can do that wherever we're at, and it doesn't require that we have to pull our big rig into a small station and get air for the tires.
That comes in handy a lot. We always hit the grocery store before each major leg of travel, stock up on water and necessities, and we got that done. And
I like having bottled water around. It's just so convenient. It's probably not the friendliest choice at times, but they are recycled bottles and stuff. But anyway,
different states and different places, sometimes the water just
horrible.
Is not good. So
so I like to have some bottled water around, but we really like to stock up as good as we can when we know that we're going to be heading out into the middle of nowhere across great expansive western vistas.
It's hard to just pull into the store when you're pulling a 40-foot fifth wheel, so we want to make sure that we've got everything we're going to need.
It's just very convenient to have everything along, and we're going to be doing some boondocking along the way and also staying in parks. So that was another thing that we've been working on, is just a little bit of the route planning. Just trying to figure out what made the most sense for us to travel based on what we wanted to see, what we wanted to do, and also just weather and road conditions and things like that. Just the normal things that I guess people would take into consideration. So that's another thing that we've been doing.
We've been spending a little time with family and friends that we have here in the area.
That's been fun.
Been nice.
It's a little bittersweet because we have to leave, but it usually means that we're heading towards other family and friends, so that's good too.
So if you guys have any questions, comments, please comment below. Don't forget to share and subscribe.
We'd love to hear from you, so
thanks for watching.